Incremental things. Let's continue with the myths versus facts. Now it's time for all you need is an index to knowledge. It's especially useful if you watch this video, even if it's outside of the course for you, you don't follow the course for Supermemo. It will be really interesting if you follow, I don't know, personal knowledge management, Zettelkasten kind of thing, and you are one of those people who think that's enough. This video is for you. I will try my best to communicate to you why this is in fact a myth. So why memorizing even the index itself is crucial. You may think that just having this classified in an external memory, your second brain, is enough. So let's go with this. What's the reality? Even the index of knowledge is subject to forgetting and requires repetition to remain in memory. Just as easy as, in Supermemo you have concepts. Sometimes I forgot some concepts. That's why I made duplicates that, oh shoot, I had already a concept with this with not the exact same name. Like memory on autism and memory relation or something like that, oh wow. They're sorting alphabetically, they don't appear next to each other, but it's the same concept. How come I repeated the concept? Is because I have forgotten I had this concept to begin with. I have forgotten part of my index of knowledge. Then, why? Why I forgot that? Why we forget this, even if it's just very primal, very fundamental, very abstract level of knowledge? We still forget the clues that link us to external knowledge. And not all knowledge is purely inferential, can be deduced. Some knowledge is faster to recall directly, like Antarctica is cold, or the capital city of Spain is Madrid, stuff like that, rather than construct from first principles. If you don't remember the key, you can unlock the door to knowledge, even if it's just an index. Like, great metaphor. I have a chest with a lot of stuff, but if I forgot the key, where's the key to open it? Or if it's more modern and the key is like a code and I forgot the code, I cannot retrieve what is inside the chest because I have forgotten the index. So let's explain the evolution argument. Brain limitations. Our brain evolved for survival tasks, not the modern abstract cognition. We have already talked about this. Feel free to watch the previous one. Natural memory selection is not enough. We have seen that before could be enough, hunter-gatherers, but not for today's standards because society has changed too much. We are living a lifestyle we are not ready. We didn't evolve for this yet. So we have evolved for survival tasks where we can drink clean water, who identify the animals who are a threat. They can kill us, stuff like that. Not abstract recognition. Like, we can directly flag data as important. Don't forget, and it will be guaranteed to remember it. That's why, with artificial tools and software, like incremental reading, you can tell Supermemo, that's high important, high priority, therefore I will want to remember it. This is kind of low, so I will remember it, but if it needs to be sacrificed because I have information overload, sacrifice it. Or sacrifice this before that. So I have that sacrifice before this, and stuff like this. We don't just say, hey, if it's important, I will remember it, as we have seen. Then, forgetting. By design, memory discards information that is not reinforced, index or not. If I don't have repetition, if I don't have frequency, reinforcement, it will be prone to forgetting. Because the survival tasks are defined by frequency. I will remember what is more frequently a threat to my life, above what is scarcely or more difficult or more hardly a threat to my life. It will be just poisonous, it will be an inconvenience, but I won't die if I eat that plant or whatever. So our brain doesn't make any difference if it's indexed or not. You would like to think it's not the case, but it is. Yes, even if it's crucial, it's very like the principle that yeah, it's the index. Even if I just remember the index, that will be enough. Your brain will be discarding this information, like I did with the concepts. And what I did, repeated a concept. It was a duplicate because I haven't had enough frequency, enough. It was not reinforced. So yeah, I forgot I had that concept at all. So quote, what was vital in the wild doesn't necessarily translate to daily modern data demands. Why do I need to know how to identify which animals there are for the feces or the trails they have on the sand or whatever on the land? I never exposed to animals, so the only animals that they can be exposed are pets. So, or how I identify that a water is drinkable? I don't know. If there's bacteria, I don't know, because I always drink from a bottle. So I don't have this requirement. It will be good to know, but I don't have this reality. Meaning that now, if I'm kidnapped and they release me on the jungle in the wilderness, should I will be lacking crucial knowledge for my survival that I don't have. Where do I get the water? How do I clean it? How do I protect from cold or the animals, stuff like that. Then, concrete example with donuts and heart health. So, donut fact. Okay, so fact about donuts. Donuts are not good for the heart. For the heart. You may have heard that. Why? It's likely remembered through frequent encounters with donuts. Oh, but perhaps you have forgotten why. Oh, it's the low density cholesterol. Then this makes a higher heart risk than an add of fatty acids, especially in America, who are less regulated and they can do trans fatty acids, additives that they have been proven to be cancerogenious, or toxic for the neurotoxic, and they can still use it. For instance, M&Ms or Fanta, the ingredients are different in America than in the European Union because of those regulations. But the fact is the same. Oh yeah, they are very fatty, but it's not about the quantity of fats, it's the quality of those fats are very low. And this will increase something that this will increase, will influence, that at the end of the day, it will increase the likability of a heart attack. So even if I don't know the middle steps, I know this, right? So it's more abstract, but less often reinforced, unless you're a professional in nutrition. So it's your daily job. So I know that pizza is not healthy. Too much salt, too much cheese, and stuff like that. But it becomes more abstract. It's not that like an animal that it will just kill you. It will create, it will try to eat your life, basically. Or it will be poisonous. So even if it doesn't eat you, it will put end to your life because, like a snake, it will suffocate you, you won't be able to breathe, you will die. Or in reaction with the blood flow, whatever, I'm not an expert on this, and after a while you will die with that poisonous animal. It's very simple. You get bitten, they release the poison, you get paralyzed, you suffocate. It's not that, yeah, I eat a donut, I increase my cholesterol, I die. Yeah, it's not like this, right? You will need to eat many donuts every day for many years until you have diabetes, you have to. And even though you have diabetes, can you attribute that diabetes to the donuts directly? It's not as transparent. You know what I mean? I hope I make my point. So then, why memorize the rules? They let you generalize to similar situations. Hey, if the thing with donuts, it's the low quality fatty acids, hey, French fries is the same thing. Perhaps the difference is that donuts are also high in sugar. So it's a double whammy. And French fries, they only share one. with the fatty acids. And then, okay, so the heart is because of the trans fatty acids, and diabetes is because of the sugar, which is not here. So at least with French fries, I won't get diabetes, but I will get heart problems. Anyways, so then why you should memorize the rules? Because they let you generalize to similar situations. Then A, it's not that I need to avoid donuts. I need to avoid donuts, French fries, everything that is deep fried, everything that has trans fatty acids. Because this, it will lower. So it's not just that it's low quality and has low level TSD. It's that the one that is good, the high density lipoprotein, the 131 at 60 or more, it decreases. So it's again itself double whammy. That it lowers, so it not just increases the bad guy, it decreases the good guy at the same time. It's double. It's harming you in both ways. At the same time, that because of the sugar, it damages you in a different dimension. Then you will say, French fries, then therefore, what about pizza? The pizza that I eat is very oily. It has a lot of sugar. So you can make those rules and generalize. So once you know something is key to trans fatty acids, then what else has trans fatty acids? What about a hamburger? Then quote, a single donuts are bad, fact is easy to recall. Understanding why often demands deeper memorization of rules. So I can know a donut is bad for your health. Smoking is bad for your health. Fast food in general is bad for your health. But understanding this is why often demands deeper memorization of the rules. No, in fact, what is that trans fatty acids are unhealthy. And if you eat these donuts and stuff like this often enough, it will decrease your levels of the high density cholesterol. Nice. It was a good example. Then, index versus knowledge retention. Let's get back on track. So I know where people find details on trans fats. If the mental pointer is forgotten or too vague, you can derive the info easily. You can go to whatever website you trust about nutrition online. Then, Supermemo's rule helps you keep essential rules and facts fresh with spaced repetition and minimizes the time spent reviewing across your lifetime. So, if I do those flashcards, even if I start from the donut, I will make the memory, I will make the abstraction that, hey, what happens if I eat trans fats often enough? What will be the consequence? Oh, the effect with the high level cholesterol. What happens if I have high levels of cholesterol of the high density or the low density? And I will do just a few repetitions overall. Depends how hard for me is to remember this. But from now on, I will know exactly what happens when I eat a donut. Or perhaps it is my first time eating that thing, let's say a dessert, tres leches, for instance. And, oh yeah, is this good or not? Well, I just read the nutrition facts, I can see the amount of sugar, and with this, oh yeah, this is diabetes, So even your roadmap to knowledge must be revisited, or it too can fade from memory. Because if I don't commit this to memory, I will forget this relationship. Oh yeah, I remember that donuts are bad, right? But this stays there because I have forgotten the link, the effects it has on the good cholesterol and how increases the bad cholesterol, I will just remember what's easy to remember. Donuts are not healthy. Like smoking is not healthy. That's it. So benefits of knowing versus looking up. Faster reasoning. Everything is retrievable. If all of my memories are retrievable, I will link that, hey, this new food that I have never eaten, I quickly can perceive is unhealthy for this reason and this reason. So perhaps if I want to invite a treat with my father, and has already some health conditions, I will not put this on the table, for instance. So I have faster reasoning, immediate recall, and this supports creativity. So it's A. Therefore, on the spot, I can decide what I put on the table for my father that is healthy and doesn't compromise his health issues, let's say. Not, oh, let me check, oh, shoot, now you're lactose intolerant. Oh, what I do? Let me check what I can do. No, it's, oh, you're lactose intolerant. Pam, 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 pam. You have an alternative, you make quick decisions, and you solve the problem. Because every single piece of memory is retrievable, and it's super fast. Unexpected connections. Learn knowledge triggers associative thinking. You can spontaneously link new input to old facts. Like something that I have learned many years ago, like in the Super Size Me movie from 2004, to take a guess. I never wanted to remember the year. I learned that in America, the French fries, they have like 11 ingredients, but only 3 are real ingredients. The rest is just pure chemicals that are absolutely harmful for you. But why do they do it? It's because for their convenience. Because then they can keep the same oil, cooking the same oil for longer. This is cheaper to cook the French fries. So they can increase the margin of benefit. But why they do it in America and not in other countries in the European Union? Because it's illegal. Because sometimes, I mean, there's some stuff that it's really harmful and it's still legal anyways. But at least some of that is being cut. Because there's science that prove that is cancerogenous, is neurotoxic, and well, it's harmful for humans. Then is another thing that if they know it's harmful for humans, why do they use it? For profit. Because they want to maximize profit over the health of their clients, their customers. But this is it's a different level. It's a more philosophical. It's like ethics. But then you can go to this link. Like, hey, I just linked something that I know before, the amount of chemicals, and I know that because of the laws are more generous, are not as regulated. I make this link. But now, hey, let's go into ethics. And perhaps you start with a donut and you end up with some philosophy. That, oh wow, and actually you attribute this philosophy like in a movie. That, now I recall. So why the Frankfurts were packed for 6, but the buns were packed on 8? They don't match. Why don't they put 6 and 6? So you have, for each bun, you have the Frankfurt. Why they don't match? Oh yeah, because you always run short, so you have to buy a new one, even though then you have the overstock. So it's to increase the sales. Makes sense. If you want to increase the sales, it's a trick you can use. I remember this from a movie. Imagine that this something that is very distant, but you make this associative thinking. And you start from a donut, and you can, and in the same, if it was a TED talk, I start from a donut and the health, and I could end up discussing philosophy on the contemporaneous era to make a stretch of this link. Then improved insight. More data in your mental model fosters deeper understanding and better reasoning. So it's not that it's faster and more connected, that it also has more quality and has an opportunity to go deeper understanding. So you have better reasoning, better understanding, better problem solving. Every domain, you win in every domain. If you only have an index in which domain you win, none. Then, the more we keep in mind, the richer our creative links become. So in conclusion, the myth has been debunked. That's a spoiler alert. All of the myths I have here are debunked. The point is how. Merely having pointers to knowledge like you will be in Zettelkasten, doesn't exempt you for memorizing. Even the pointers need refreshing. You will forget it's there. You even will forget some pieces of knowledge are in your second brain. That, oh, I forgot what it is, but I know it's there, so I can just check it out. You could go extra layer and forgot that, oh shoot, I had this in my second brain. I didn't remember that. So what's the takeaway? Some facts and rules are worth storing in your head for quick recall and robust reasoning. That doesn't mean rote. The opposite. That is because the school system, a lot of people, memorization equals rote. The blah, 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 blah. You only memorize without thinking, like a parrot. Yeah, that's what you did in the school, but that's not what memorization is at all. And it's required. If you want problem solving, quickness, all of we have said in the previous slide, you need to remember that, as easy as that. Then, what's the role of Supermemo here? Sustain your index of knowledge, cleared facts and abstract rules so they are accessible right when you need them. I have this. I said with the donut, I link fatty acids with the harmful, with trans fatty acids. This goes to the cholesterol, all of this sequence of mental models I activate. And from the donut, I end up with ethics, like we have seen so far. So what's the final thought? An index is only good as your memory of how to use it. An index is only as good as your memory of how to use it. Best definition I ever have seen. If you are forgetting details, how to use it, what you have in your second brain, your index is losing that as well. It's there, but since you're not knowledgeable that it's there, it's the same as it was not there to begin with. So combine that index with well-chosen memorized facts for the best of the worlds. And yes, you can use Zettelkasten if you really want to, with a special repetition. You won't have priorities, all of that, but still you memorize the facts. And let's say that you can still memorize your index. So therefore, you keep this. With a speed repetition, you could keep the index on check, so it is as good as your memory how to use it. And since you don't forget, you choose not to forget this, you will keep it on that. Even though it's a half-baked victory. You're capping yourself for no reason. Use incremental reading. There's no reason not to do it. So therefore, all we need is an index to knowledge. Crap. I hope I made my position clear. That's all for now. See you incrementally.